Hey guys, I'm your girl Nadi Hafiza, and today we are talking about authorized user trade lines. All right, what are these things? Are they beneficial? Do they actually help improve your credit score? What's the download on these doggone AU trade lines? All right, let's get into it. All right, guys, so I'm Nadi Hafiza. I am the CEO of the company Connect, where we help entrepreneurs start, fund, and grow their business to 6 figures or more. And we do that by leveraging credit. All right. So today we are going to talk about authorized user trade lines. Okay. An authorized user trade line simply means that there is a person, y'all see my friend here, okay, who has a credit card or some sort of trade line that they have slots on. So most of the times when we get a credit card, we are able to put friends and family on that credit card, okay? What this person does is they're going to list your name on that card, and then here's what happens. All of the age, all of the payment history that's associated with that product or that card now gets reported to your credit profile. Okay, so the age gets reported to your credit profile as well as the actual credit limit. So a lot of people go for authorized user trade lines in hopes of a quick boost to their credit score. Okay, but you only want to do this if you absolutely need it. Okay, authorized user trade lines are oftentimes temporary unless it's like a family member that's putting you on that card. Most people are charging you to go on these authorized user trade lines. And again, you only want to purchase it if you're looking to put more age on your credit profile or if you just wanted to show higher credit limits. These are secondary products, so the banks can still see that this is not your specific card, but sometimes it does help you with getting different approvals, okay? So now here's the T on authorized user trade lines, okay? Again, most of the time you are paying for these things. So when you get added onto an authorized user trade line, you're typically only on there for a 60 to 90 day period, and you're paying somebody to get on that card for that period, okay? The idea is that within that 60 to 90 day window, you are applying for the credit cards that you need, applying for the loans that you need. You get the approval before you get snatched off of that trade line, okay? And again, they help because they're adding age and a higher credit limit. Those are the main two reasons that you add a authorized user trade line. Do not be those people who just add and pay for trade lines just so that their score looks higher. Who cares? No one cares. It's a waste of money. Please do not do that. But if you're leveraging it to go after some more funding or something else that's needed to grow and scale your business, then and only then does it make sense, okay? So now let's get into some of the dangers of authorized user trade lines, okay? For one, if that person who, our friend here, whose main card this is, if they get one late payment on that card, the damage is done. It ruins the entire thing for you, because if you watched my previous video, you guys know that payment history accounts for how much of your FICO score? It accounts for 35% of your FICO score. So if you're on an authorized user trade line and that person fails to pay that balance that month, well, not only are they getting dinged for that late payment, but because it's also reporting to your credit profile, you're also going to see your score drop from that late payment, okay? So at that point, what I advise my clients to do is just get removed from the card. If the lender is not willing to work with them to remove that late payment and update it with the credit bureaus, then it's doing more damage than good, and you just want to get off the card, okay? Another thing that you want to be mindful of when you get these authorized user trade lines is the credit limits and, again, the utilization. Do y'all remember how much utilization accounts for in your credit score? Who's with me? If you don't know, you need to go and watch my previous video, y'all. I'm not playing, because we need these foundations so we can move forward. This is very basic stuff, but we need it. We have to understand these things, right? Your utilization accounts for 30% of your total credit score. So I have seen clients who have been on authorized user trade lines with a family member, just trying to build up their credit, right? But maybe mom has a $13,000 credit limit, but she has a $12,000 balance on that thing. It's at 90% utilization, guys. It's gotta go. It's gotta go. Unless she's paying that thing off tomorrow in full, it's doing more damage than good to your credit profile. It's not helping you build. It's bringing your score down because the payment history is now bad because she missed a couple payments. And now that utilization is sitting sky high at 90%. And that 90% is being calculated into 30% of your total score, all right? So you will see your scores drop if you are on an authorized user trade line like this. I strongly, strongly recommend, guys, that you look at your credit reports and see how those authorized user trade lines are reporting. The moment that someone's card has a high balance or a late payment, you need to call them and get some clarity. Hey, are you planning to pay this thing off because it's bringing down my credit score? No, okay, they can't pay it off for a few months. Cool. Let me call the credit card company and get removed from this card, because the moment that you remove yourself from the card, the entire account is going to get snatched from your credit profile, which is what you want, okay? You do not want nobody else's late payments and high balances reporting on your credit profile and bringing your score down, all right? So that's the T on authorized user trade lines. Now, hopefully this was helpful. Ideally, what you want to do when you're building your credit is establish your own primary accounts. Primary accounts are just accounts that you physically went and opened yourself. So whether that's credit cards, if it is like secured cards, if it's loans, if it's a mortgage, if it's rent, if it's a car loan, like these are just things that you're opening yourself and you're building your own credit history with them. Authorized user trade lines, I like to think of as just like a sprinkle on the top. Like if you got, 2 years of credit history, you got 2 cards that you've been paying on time, they're in good standing, you don't have a high balance on them, wonderful. But maybe you want to go for a third card. And before you go for that third card, you want to show a little bit more age on your profile, and you want to show a higher credit limit to boost up your average credit limits across the board. Okay, then might be a good time to go ahead and sprinkle. We're going to get on the authorized user trade line before we actually apply for more cards. That is when it makes sense, guys. So hopefully y'all got a good little breakdown of how these AU trade lines work. If you have questions, please drop them as a comment below, y'all. And just a little bit of housekeeping. I am new to YouTube, so go ahead and like this video, drop a comment if you need to, and be sure to subscribe to my channel. It just helps me tell YouTube that y'all want to see more of this content and that you want to see more of me, all right? So take your 2 seconds, make that happen for me. I appreciate y'all, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.